Hello everyone, you're listening to The Right Side of Gaming. Today we're going over the April 29 patch notes. Before they get into the actual patch notes, they do discuss some of the stuff that's coming in the late May update. And the one that I really want to point out is this random match system. So you're going to be able to queue up for a specific difficulty and it'll put you in random group content at that difficulty. So let's say I want to do something on Master. I will queue up for Master and it may put me in one of the story missions or an ordeal. It could be on Benalia or Gavany or any of the planes, but it's just going to be completely random, but at least it's going to be for that specific difficulty. I'm not sure how well it's going to go. I mean, I think it'll be fun in theory, being able to at least mix things up a bit. At the same time, a lot of people have gotten to the point where they want to farm specific things. Maybe they find a specific mission easier than others. Or I think some people have been trying to figure out if certain gear or spells is more likely to drop in some content than others. So they might have, mechanical reasons to farm something specific. And there's always the chance that everyone queuing up whenever you wind up doing your random stuff happens to be farming the same thing, and you wind up still in the same mission like 5, 10, whatever times in a row. But it's still better than, not having a random queue that you can go into. And, sometimes you just want to mix things up, let chance take over. I enjoy doing that a lot, so it'll be fun. Just want to see how that plays out. And they're going to be looking at summons to see how they can improve those. But hopefully, people will have less room to complain. I know right now they do feel a little underwhelming at times. As for the actual patch notes, a couple big ones, and most of it's kind of small. They didn't do a whole lot. But right now, whenever you log in, you're going to get a deck and a loadout slot per class unlock. We already knew that we got a free class, I think, a while back. And whenever you unlock, you go through, you unlock, you can get more classes. Everyone should probably have at least 2 by now, but if not, that's okay. When you unlock, you're going to get a second class or a third class, whatever, and you're also going to get the deck and loadout slot. So without the free decks and loadout slots, I think we were limited to 2 for everybody. If you get all 6 classes unlocked, your starting class, and then the other 5, your 4 starters, and then the Dimir, that means you're looking at about 7 loadout and deck slots. I know a lot of people were a little frustrated because you'd have a lot more, classes to work with than slots to play around. And honestly, Zen is a little expensive in game these days. It's gone from somewhere in the 200 or 300 range to 600-ish last I was looking. So it's getting really close to that, I think, 750 cap. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. But not having to just pay a bunch of Aether for slots is just going to be a nice quality of life thing. I know a lot of people were having the Nani Ula hut respawn point on Gavany disappear for them. I had that too recently. For the longest time, there was no issue, and then all of a sudden it did it to me too. Apparently, they were taken back to the intro map. So everything else was still unlocked, but I guess sort of the intro version doesn't have that, so you can't just travel to it. I guess they have that fixed. The rotating shields are no longer, rotating. Enemies aren't going to be passing the shield from one creature to another. Instead, every creature you're fighting, every so often, is going to have a chance to gain a shield. And then a lot of just sort of minor changes. I think those were the major ones. And then we have the weekend event. This weekend is the World Enchantments. You can craft 3 additional color-themed enchantments each day at our Etheric Core. Specifically, we have a Rakdos Resistance, which is going to be resistance to black and red sorcery spells. You can make Nature's Way, which means all non-green creature summons are going to have less health. And then Abstract Ideals, non-blue spells will cost more mana to cast. That's all we have for today. Thank you guys so much for listening. I will catch you next time.